So without further ado, I would like to introduce Dave, who will be talking about moving and downsizing.
Okay, great. Thank you, Christina. All right. Christina, is there a picture that's supposed to be in the corner?
Yeah,
It's just taking a little bit of time.
Yeah,
okay. All right. So I want to thank everybody that's attending today in person and also on the Zoom call for the presentation. It's your move. I want to thank Homestead Village and also Christina Gallagher for inviting me to be with you today. And I want to thank the staff, Shelby, Amanda, and Barbara also for helping out today. Also, I'm joined by my wife, Connie Burkholder, is here today as well. And I want to thank her for her help, with the company, Davcon Relocation Services. So again, my name is Dave Burkholder. I'm with Davcon Relocation Services. This is my 40th year in the moving business. So when I hear people retire after 30, 32 years, I envy you guys, if that's what happened in your career. But at 20 years, I started my own business, Davcon Relocation Services. And we provide moving and storage services for people that move locally in Lancaster County and also anywhere within Pennsylvania. In addition, we're an agent for Wheaton Worldwide Moving. So if you're moving from out of state, like from Ohio, Illinois, Florida, Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey, we can help with the move as well. Even though we're here in this area, we can still help you make that smooth transition from start to finish. Why downsize? I know everybody maybe is in that process or has started that process. Many baby boomers, such as yourselves, to look for, and they look forward to downsizing to a maintenance-free community setting. Sometimes we find ourselves simultaneously assisting our parents also as they go through this transition, and working with siblings in your family to help assist on the move plan may be helpful. Hand down heirloom items now rather than later to children or grandchildren, and that's if they really want the items. I know we were talking a little bit before, some of the kids don't want the things, and grandchildren, it's pretty tough to get rid of it too, Organizing, making a plan. If you think, let's start, that's the main thing. If you think downsizing your home is in your future, it's never too early to begin that process, sorting through some of your belongings and get into those closets and storage spaces and start weeding out items that you no longer have need for. Ask for help. This is a good time to ask your family members or close friends, would they be willing to help you with your move? Moving's not an easy process, and you shouldn't think you can do this all by yourself. It does help to have maybe some of that support, with you as well. Start with a plan of your new space. If you know where you're moving to, get the floor plan. Floor plan might be the most important thing to start with. It will tell you how much furniture you can fit, in your new home, and help you decide where everything will go before you move. Whether you use simple graph paper or customize your floor plan using an online application, the end result is the same. You're off to a great start. Focus on one area of the house at a time. Dealing with an entire house can be really overwhelming, right? Break it up into smaller chunks by focusing on one part of the room at a time, and then move on to the next. Starting with used parts of the home will be less disruptive to your daily routines. Take a minute to think of which room you're going to start with, and then write that down. Getting started. Having a sorting system. Use colored stickers to identify which items you want to donate, which you want to give to family or friends, and which ones you need to keep. Make a list of potential recipients ahead of time and match up the items as you go through your home. Reduce the number of belongings you have to move as well. Sort through belongings and give special items to friends and family. This will give you peace and joy to see your items being repurposed. Sell items by using an auctioneer, placing your items on consignment. Donate items to your church or charity, to a charity of your choice. The last report would be for certain items you're not ready to part with, but cannot bring with you to New York Place. Consider using a storage facility as well. A lot of people do that. There's some things that they're not sure about. They're going to hang on to it, and they might get a small storage facility just to place some of those items in ahead of time. The last resort too could be a yard sale. It's a lot of work, to get ready for something like that. but at least you can get, it's a low return what you're getting, compensation, but at least you're getting rid of some of those things. Start with large items and then work towards the smaller items. Once you made, sorting through the large furniture first will create a sense of progress. Once you made a decision to remove an item, make progress by cleaning out the contents, then sending it to its new destination. This will create a cleaner space for you, to work in. This will also help you consider for what storage will be available in the new home so you can plan accordingly. Here's a list of local organizations that do accept donations. If some of you are here locally, a lot of these names are going to sound familiar to you. If you're from out of the area, some of these names will still sound familiar to you, like Purple Heart, Habitat for Humanity, places like that. A lot of pickup service can be done too. If you call them ahead of time, they can come out and pick those things up and take it to their facility. Save them. I think somebody was talking about pictures and that here. You might not have room for those old photo albums in your new home. Ask someone about digitizing them or even pare down into smaller scrapbooks or memories. Who can help? Legacy Box, CVS, Costco, Target, and maybe some other areas that could help you with that process. But any teacher with a smartphone and the internet may be able to help you as well. Getting closer to the move. You're moving. If you're considering Homestead Village or a similar community, they recommend that you don't list your home for sale until you reserve a new home in that community. Generally, communities offer 90-day from reservation until a move-in is accepted. Right now, due to the supply and demand that we are in, with products and building supplies, it may be delayed. It could be up to 4 months or so that you may have a move-in date, if you're going to a particular community. In today's market, we know that homes are selling quickly. If your home sells faster than you expected, it's always good to think about a contingency plan for a temporary place to stay. Perhaps a friend or a family member, or even go on a mini vacation, all right? Also plan to work with a storage facility to hold your items until moving day if you did sell quickly and you can't move into the place that you're going to. Movers like our company, Davcon, we can help store items, the climate control warehouse. You can call for moving assistance, even through a company like ourselves, and also to get quotes from other moving companies and schedule a moving date and notify your moving company as soon as possible. I know right now we're probably booked out through the end of July into early August. And I heard some companies booked through the end of August. That's almost unheard of in our industry, even though we're in the busy time right now. So it's important to let the company know as quickly as you can. Block off the time each day for working and stick to it. Start and stop your preparations at a certain time. Don't get sidetracked and you'll be surprised how much you can actually get accomplished. Create a calendar or a checklist. Seeing a list of crossed off items on your to-do list will build feelings of accomplishment. Just going to grab a little bit of water. Excuse me. Final packing, leave it to the movers. A professional moving company can set up with a professional packing crew to help prepare your dishes, pictures, lamps, and furniture. You may do some of the packing on your own, which is fine, maybe all of it. But if you need some of that extra help for some of the fragile things, a moving company is good, to help with that. Hiring such a team will make packing go faster and your items will be safer as far as being moved. Ask your moving company about valuation plans. You may say insurance, but we were supposed to say valuation for your belongings during the move, as prices and coverage may vary. If you pack your own boxes, they might not be covered by the moving company's valuation plan. So it's important that if you did pack something that may have been your grandmother's or mother's or father's, something small enough, not as heavy, you might move that yourself. But something heavier, you may want us to move it and make sure you have the adequate coverage for that. Sort and label boxes by destination. So decide which room each box should go to. Having a list of contents on the outside of the box will help you find things more easily. And by having it on the side of the carton, it's better because usually we stack boxes inside of your apartment or villa that you might be going to, and it's more difficult to find it at that point. It makes it easier for us as a moving company because if it's on the side, we can see what room it goes to in your new place. Your move-in will be more organized if you take the guesswork out of the unpacking. Amazon, you can go on there, and even like Lowe's and Home Depot may have some of these labels. but Amazon has them for about $10 and you can get a bunch of labels to label it so that you know what room the mover should take it to. Other things to consider, not everything can be shipped on a moving truck. Plants, chemicals, cleaning supplies, food, refrigerated items, that would have to be taken care of another way, of course, but, take jewelry and other valuables as you see fit. Expensive jewelry is not covered under any valuation plan that a moving company would have. So you want to make sure you always take that yourself. Consider special packing for artwork and very fragile items. Again, your moving company can help you with an estimate on those things. And consider taking Fido or Fluffy to a pet sitter for the big day, all right? What about trash? Unwanted items like electronics and paint, et cetera, cannot be thrown in the regular trash. So check with your local trash company for a list of accepted items and what you do with the items that may not be able to go with the moving company you want to get rid of. Your moving company may be able to take unwanted items and remove that and dispose of it for you, but there would be a cost for that, and they can price that out for you accordingly. Don't take with you if you don't have to, right? The big day, and that's one of our trucks there that you see. I think it actually is here at Homestead, at the sales and marketing office, right? Let me go back. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's go. There we go. All right, so create a move day suitcase. Place items like toiletries, prescriptions, cleaning supplies, kitchen supplies, basic tools, phone chargers, etc. So you'll have everything you might need for that first night in your new home. Set aside a few outfits, a set of dish towels, and sheets for the first few days, and include a first aid kit, a flashlight, or even a night light as well. Most important, be patient with yourself and others. Moving's not easy, it's hard, it can be, especially leaving a home that you spent decades at, with your family, raising your family there maybe. Remember, it's okay to be sad about parting with things. However, the goal is not to get rid of everything, but rather simplify your life. Set aside downtime and reward yourself at various stages of the process. Experts in senior living moves, by listening, caring, and showing respect, my company, Davcon Relocation Services, helps seniors make smooth transitions and settle comfortably into their new homes. For customers who are downsizing or making a move to an adult community or assisted living community, our sales team, who are certified in moving older adults, will work with you and develop a plan to manage the details. You can count on our experience and commitment. We're a preferred senior moving services provider for prominent active adult communities in this area. And our moving teams include members of Wheaton Worldwide Moving Silver Certification and experts in moving older adults and recognized by the National Association for Senior Move Managers. And that's it for my presentation, but if anybody has any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer, people here and also online. Yeah.
You mentioned that they can type a question into the chat.
Oh, yes. And for those on Zoom, you can actually type a question into the chat and I'll be able to answer that question as well. Yes. We're located in Ephrata, PA. Yeah. Yes. Oh. Oh, yes. The person had asked here in person, said where our storage facilities are located, and we're in Lancaster County, but located in Ephrata, Pennsylvania. Yes.
Is there a copy of all that? Because you went so fast, I can't remember.
Oh, okay, great. So that I should have mentioned that in the beginning too. At your desk, there's a right in front of you. That's the whole presentation. That's stapled together right there that I just went through. So each of those, you can take a look at each one of those and, that'll remind you. I'm sorry, I should have said something before about that you have that there.
This is also being recorded, so we will post it after the fact and you can go back and revisit it if you wish.
Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, so there'll be we're going to have the information sent to everybody on Zoom of the presentation I just went through. That way you can review it. And if you have any questions, you can check with Homestead Village here, the sales and marketing department, or even you can contact ourselves, to answer those questions. Anybody? Yes.
What do you think is the hardest thing for most people during the moving transition? What do you have to coach people through the most?
What they're taking. Yeah. What they're taking. The question is, what is the most difficult thing to handle that customers have or residents that are moving that we deal with them on. And I'd say it's the volume of furniture that they're moving, and the boxed items that they're going to pack and take with them. So it's trying to get rid of things ahead of time and deciding where those things go to before that move happens. That's the most important thing. And if they never downsized before, it's more difficult the first time they have to do it. The second time's a little bit easier. And maybe the third time is much easier than that, for the people, because they've already gone through the process. Any other questions? Okay. I don't see any, as far as Zoom, I don't see any questions, but okay. If you have any questions before you leave here today, I'm going to be here till the end. So.
Oh, I can.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
All right, thank you. So the question was regarding Homestead Village. Do the cottages have basements? So actually here at Homestead Village, we have 5 different neighborhoods and different styles of homes. So our cottage product, our cottage homes are over here. They do not have basements. We also have villa homes. Those do not have basements either. Then we have our Muse neighborhood, which 4 of those have a basement. But then at Farmstead, our newest neighborhood, I would say about 60% of those homes do have a basement. So that's something over time, each 10 years, we have a new construction project here at Homestead Village. So the cottages were the first ones that were built, then the villas, then the Muse, then the Farmstead. So we've modified the floor plans to kind of keep up with the times and what people are looking for. And we also renovate them each time someone new moves in. So if you are looking for a basement, then the Farmstead would be a great neighborhood to consider. Each neighborhood also has variations such as number of garages, for example. So your cottages and villas will have a 1-car garage. When you get to the Muse, you'll start to see your 2-car garages as Farmstead as well. Good question. Any other questions about Homestead Village that I could answer for you? Let me see if we have anything on the chat. Anyone virtually want to send in a question via the chat function? Not seeing any. All right, well, we are available if anyone, oh yes.
Say a cat person.
In the chat. So we have people who are on the Zoom who are able to type into the chat box
Okay,
and they can type a question in. Good question. All right, well, we're available for questions. Anyone would like to schedule a tour? We are doing in-person tours at this time. We have a number of homes that we're presently renovating so that once they're done, they're so beautiful to see. So we'd love to have you come back in and look at them. Also keep in mind that our garden tour is today. So if you wanted to drive around our campus, every home that has a little flag out front is a participant in the garden tour. So it's a great day to drive around and just see how pretty the campus looks. So, thanks again to Dave and your helpful information. And we look forward to seeing everybody on our next Zoom seminar. Thank you again for participating today.